The offseason has the potential for lots of work and lots of change for NHL franchises, and that's the case potentially in Montreal. Let's start at the very top, though. Marc Bergevin, 1 year left on his contract. Dominique Ducharme, the interim head coach of this Montreal Canadiens team. What did we learn about those two on Friday?
Well, Marc Bergevin made it clear that Dominique Ducharme is his man, was his man from the beginning, even if he put an interim tag on him, and will secure him to a long-term future over the coming days as we move through the offseason. It's expected he's going to get a contract extension. As for Bergevin's own situation, he's got 1 year left under contract. He says he will honor that 1 year. He's making no declarative statements about his future beyond that, and I suppose that's going to give way to a lot of speculation about what his long-term future is with the franchise.
His immediate future is dealing with Phil Danault, who becomes an unrestricted free agent. What did we learn about that situation today?
Well, Marc Bergevin made it clear that the Canadiens value Phillip Danault and that there will be an offer made to him to keep him in Montreal, potentially long-term. Whether or not Phillip Danault wants to accept that, we'll see. But he talked about his pride in being a Montreal Canadian, said that he wouldn't have played the way he did in the playoffs if he didn't feel that proud to be a Montreal Canadian. He would have just walked the unrestricted free agency. So we'll see how that develops. But it's clear, Sean, they need this player, and if he wants to be here, they will probably do everything they can to keep him.
One player who can't simply walk, like a UFA, would be Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who started the playoffs on the bench and ended the playoffs on the bench. What was his situation today?
Well, I think the most important meeting that Dominique Ducharme had with all of his players happened with Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and I think it is an extensive one. It was important for Kotkaniemi to go into the offseason feeling something positive, to take the positive out of his situation and all the things that he learned. Dominique Ducharme said they believe in this player's potential. They want to see him reach it. They believe he can take a huge step forward, and they will do everything they can to help him do that. He is a big part of the future. He's a big part of the present also, and I believe that he can cement his role as a key player up the middle for this franchise for years to come. And he's going to get stronger. He's going to get faster. He said he's going to work on his skating, which was a point of emphasis last summer as well. And if he does those things, he will become the player the Canadiens believe he can be. And I tell you this, Dominique Ducharme, regardless of how he was dealt with, he does believe in Jesperi Kotkaniemi. So does Marc Bergevin. So do the Canadiens and all the teammates of Kotkaniemi.
Well, we know the Montreal Canadiens' most recent opposition, the Tampa Bay Lightning, are riding high back-to-back cups. But you got to remember, it started maybe back in 2015 when they lost in the Stanley Cup final to the Chicago Blackhawks. That's the question, or one of the big questions for this Montreal Canadiens that isn't going to be answered for a long time. Was this season the end of something special,